fucking nice.
Right there. Boppity beep boom ba. Stefan.
Yo!
Talk about life like you know. What are you?
I don't know if you can guess this, but what are you gonna do with it, folks? What are you gonna do?
If life gives you lemons.
You throw it back at life and tell it to fuck off.
So I should throw it at your head.
Well, that's why you're not getting any lemons. I am very picky on who I give my lemons to.
Can you juggle?
I cannot juggle.
Dude, how can you not? You have like 4 lemons.
Can you juggle?
No.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Is that what you're, a teddy bear?
I am a bunny.
Oh, bunny?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm a bunny.
Oh shit, son. You're the scary. You're like the bunny from the Monty Python and the Holy Grail, okay?
Yeah.
This shit is scary.
I'm a bunny. You see a bunny? Case is here. Case is here. Yeah, he parked right there.
Nice. We can get this
let's see what Julie is doing. This is the Halloween podcast.
Halloween.
Open the door for him, Steph.
Oh yeah, is it locked?
No, it's unlocked. The front door. Hello there. President Jacob. Come here, Jake. Why is President Jacob here with you? Sit down, President. Guys, this is President Jacob. Sit down, Jake. Sit down. Sit down. There you go. You don't want to sit? President Jake. So there's over here.
You like my costume?
Oh, you were a pumpkin.
No.
What are you? You're a costume. Okay. Perfection. Sukasi! Where's your costume?
It's in the bag, don't worry about it.
Alright.
No, I'm Paul Bunyan.
I like it. You gotta get the axe though.
Alright.
No, Tiago's got one in the basement. You're good.
I got a couple. Alright, boys. Let's set.
Hey, all right.
Juggle,
It's
go.
Like you have to
Like move one and
it's like I messed up. Like I used to know how to do it. Yeah, see. What dude, it's been like 10 years.
Dude, you do better than me or him. Fuck.
Would you go to circus school, bro?
Nah, I watch people juggle a fucking chainsaw, and I was like, how the hell do they do that shit?
I need to learn.
You know?
Do it.
So then I saw the basic of juggling. So it's kind of like, it's just, you gotta toss one, toss the other, and then you just like,
Just getting in a rhythm, right?
yeah.
That's
but it's
pretty good. That's pretty good for someone who hasn't done it in years.
You have to keep it here and like not, like just the way you,
Like I guess lob
the
it.
way you cup it.
You cup the balls.
Like, you can't be like,
Oh, my lemons.
Can you just stand over there and make noises?
I don't stand in the dark. Hey guys, so I'm the sound system today. Alright. Happy Halloween! I'm a spooky
It's
ghost.
Halloween. Let's take a Halloween shot.
Halloween shot. Who was Texas?
I was Texas.
Texas, in case it's a savage. Savage.
Savage?
In case it's a savage.
He is a ghost.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Ghost.
Alright.
Can you drink it with that, Mr. Ghost?
Yes. We're gonna try.
You want some lime?
No, I got this lemon here. It's been soaking
Marinating?
in. Exactly.
Where's mine? Cheers to Halloween.
2020.
Oh, Hallows Eve.
Halloween.
Who has the best costume, by the way?
this guy.
I can't see mine.
Definitely
Right.
Case, yeah. It's between Case and Tiago.
This ghost.
We were supposed to have a Halloween party, but Corona killed our plans.
Like everybody else.
And we don't want to spread the virus, so we're being responsible and not having a party. So if you're having a party, you're irresponsible.
But if you are having a party, clean your insides with alcohol, because it also cleans your outsides.
The next day
Cheers.
when you shit yourself.
Salud.
And people are going to say, but you guys aren't social distancing.
Well, Case social distance.
He's got a mask on.
No, like
I have a mask on.
We live together. And Stefan is like about 4 feet apart.
Cheers.
That's
Yeah, it's good enough. Good enough.
I tell you, this tequila is dangerous.
I agree.
Can I hold a knife like this the whole time?
Fucking right, you can.
It's spooky.
Some shit's going down.
I'm scared. Hold me.
I don't know what to do.
So you guys went on a ghost hunt last week. Did you post that video yet?
Not yet. No, I'm still editing it.
Okay. So this will go after, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we did go on a ghost hunt.
Yeah? We sat down in an abandoned pet cemetery, which tune in next week, guys. You'll find out.
What
Oh,
happened?
yeah. He farts a lot.
I do part a lot.
Lots of farts going around. My man
I
over
told you
here.
I'm gonna make
It
a
was-
compilation of you farting.
It was the ghost talking through my ass,
You
okay?
should, like at the end of that at the podcast,
Yeah.
you just put a compilation of like every time Stefan farts, you just like sew them like one by one, like
Yes. Just every leg lift.
Yes.
At
Make
the
a
very
song out
end.
of it.
Oh my God.
The first fart,
First
I
part.
brought the sound up a little bit so people can hear it, and it's like. I was like, yeah, good. And he dies laughing. Oh my good fucking guy.
Dude, it was that Slim
That
Jim
was
I ate
funny.
before we started walking,
Oh
bro.
yeah, playing the Slim Jim.
Too much
I'm
I
just
had a Slim Jim. I didn't have the same problem you had.
Hey, I'm just glad I didn't shit my pants while we were walking, alright?
We walked a lot.
We
Bro,
did.
that spot where we went, where it was
Which
complete
one?
darkness,
Oh, the Huckamuck?
Oh yeah, the Hockomock, dude. We walked for like almost
an hour.
pretty
Yeah.
close to an hour to
Close
where
to an hour.
where we stopped.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even
That was
the-
creepy.
It wasn't even the place where I wanted to go, because the place I wanted to go, I
Was that
think, was a little bit
more far?
further, because it didn't open up as I wanted it to be. But the thing was, it opened up like tree wise, so we can see the sky.
Yeah.
But it actually opened up a little bit more.
What is it?
It's Case's phone
Yeah,
having
I know.
a commercial.
But yeah, and that's why like tomorrow, me and Stefan, we're gonna go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna walk it, and we're gonna see a lot more, because I didn't have enough confidence that night to walk even further without
Wait,
getting lost.
you didn't find the parking because weren't you trying to park?
No, we did. We parked already,
that trail
but
right
Yeah,
next to
yeah.
it?
but where I wanted to go was, I think I didn't know how far it was, and I didn't want to go too far. You know, and plus
Especially, it was nighttime, and that was our first time, any of us out there, too.
it was nighttime.
You
It
guys are
was
being
dark.
smart. I like that.
And the weird thing was, I kept hearing these knock on the woods.
It was
Yeah.
So
woodpeckers, man.
Dude, and
No,
your
no,
and your
dude.
dogs.
I looked it up. It was Bigfoot.
It was Bigfoot?
What do you mean?
That was Bigfoot communicating.
Are you sure?
You think so?
Positive?
That was
Okay.
Bigfoot.
Like, I feel like Bigfoot, like, you sure that wasn't just his dick hitting, like, the trees and not his hand? Because I feel like if he was knocking on a fucking tree, his meat hammers would, like, make a knock.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe he's just
don't
like.
know. I have no
it's-
idea what it
it's
was.
little feet.
Little feet?
But it's not Bigfoot. It's little feet.
It's Littlefoot.
Yeah.
Laying lost before
No,
time.
because the funny thing is like there's been a lot of people, like the last evidence that was found was like this 13-inch footprint in the mud.
That's a big old foot.
So
Recently.
this was like a couple years ago at the Hockomock Swamp, like fresh in the mud.
Do shit.
Somebody found it. Could have been a hoax. Who
Could
knows?
have been a
Really?
giant.
Who knows? But
Well,
the thing is,
Bigfoot a giant.
that is like, you know, part of the urban legend or
Well,
myth
the
of
forest.
the forest and the swamp, is that it's a portal for like all these paranormal stuff, like Bigfoot, hauntings, UFOs.
So, actually,
Well, it is the
going
Bridgewater
on that,
Triangle.
actually,
You know, when there's a
um,
triangle, it's haunted.
So have you guys, like, I don't know why, but, like, you guys watch the infographics show on, like, it's on, like,
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah.
So something really weird, like, popped up on it the other day. Have you guys heard of, like, the SCP Foundation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So technically, the state of Massachusetts is an SCP. And technically, Massachusetts doesn't actually even exist.
What?
What's
Dude,
an- what's
it's a-
Wait,
Okay,
what's
so
an SCP?
do kindly explain this.
So there's a lot to it. So, like, an SCP is secure, control, protect, or some bullshit.
Yeah, and it has a bunch of like demons and monsters.
Yeah,
that
so it's
the
this
SCP
fucked up foundation
either
that's
either tracks or contains.
Yeah, so they've been around forever. They're recognized by every government around the world. They're pretty much like Sector 7 from Transformers. So like they go around, they find fucked up shit and anomalies, and they either destroy them or contain them. So the rest of humanity is pretty much safe.
Yep.
I can't give you any validity of like how any of this is true.
I think the SCP is just like a YouTube fuckery, though.
Yeah, but
For real, but it's still pretty freaky when you watch the thing, especially like one of the dolls.
yeah.
Something the doll.
It's not the SCP, but there's also a channel called the SCCP. No, it's
Okay.
on Reddit. Reddit has SCCP.
No shit.
Yeah, which I never really dug into because I thought it was just a fan
Live with the
fiction
dog,
kind of
was it
thing.
here?
Yeah, okay.
You
Well,
just
because like a lot of
find
them are all like they're all wiki links and stuff like that. I mean, like you
Yep.
you type them in and like they'll have everything on there.
They're all numerical order too.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yep. So, but yeah, apparently Massachusetts has never ever existed. So it's just a figment of everybody's imagination.
And we live here.
And
What the fuck?
technically we live in Massachusetts, but it may not be actually Massachusetts. Mindfuckery. Because the whole SCP goes all the way down from Connecticut all the way up to Maine. Like all of New England is convinced that Massachusetts exists, but everywhere outside of New England doesn't know it's actually a real thing. So it's a weird, fucked up scenario. I was reading into it. Like it's kind of hard to get to make sense because I'm actually
Like
from here.
it's not gonna make sense because I've heard people say when you go somewhere like, "Oh, you guys sound like you're from Massachusetts." You sound
But
like
they
you're
always
from
in Boston. It's always Boston. Never any other city. Always Boston. And that's one of the things.
Well, that's the capital of Massachusetts, so that makes no sense.
What's Jacob barking at? He's barking at the hallway.
He's bought.
Fuck at you.
At the dark hallway. No, he's
Oh.
looking over there. The dark hallway.
President Jake, you guys need
what
to.
do you have to say? What's here?
Spirits
He's
and
running
ghosts.
for election.
Do you know what's
on
actually
the
funny?
Independent poop and bowling party.
When we left the Huckam, like that last
President
Saturday
Jake.
when I got home after that night,
Yep.
I literally before I entered my house, I said, anyone that is with me, you are not welcome inside my house.
That's a good thing to say.
Did you
That's
say
a good
that,
thing to
babe?
say.
No, I don't believe in
I didn't get
ghosts.
to see
It's
you.
kind of funny because so I have a couple stories that needs to be updated.
Ooh.
All right.
So one of them is
President Jake is all
one of them
ears.
is from when I was growing up back on the Suffolk Street. I was between the ages of like 1 to 6 or 7. We lived there with some other people there too in the same apartment. And my mom was telling me early today, because it's funny because I went to pick up from work and I'm listening to this podcast and they talk about like ghost stories and like people's like experiences and stuff like that. And then my mom was like, "Do you believe?" And I was like, "No, I don't. I don't believe in that stuff." And but then I told her, like, Dad believes because like he married his wife now is she considers herself like a medium, but she doesn't like talking about it. And the thing is like, oh yeah, of course your dad would believe. And the thing was, he said, my mom told me the story about like when my uncle died. The day that my uncle died, after we went to his cremation, my dad came home. Like we all came back home. My dad took a nap that afternoon because he had to go work third shift. So he went to sleep that afternoon, and he told my mom that like during his sleep he had a dream that my uncle came back and literally sat on his shoulders and said, like, "You're not good to her," in terms of like my mom. He's like, "You're not good to her at all. So I have to come back for you. You're coming with me." Ooh. And my dad woke up. I was like, "Holy shit! What the fuck?" He went to the temple to get cleansed by the monks, and they also made water where he brought back home to like splash around the house. And I remember
So
this.
it's just like holy,
I remember
Christian
this in my
holy
head.
water.
Like, I remember him doing this too, and but I didn't. I didn't question it. I didn't know what to make of it. I was like 8 or 9 years old, like whatever. So it's like my dad had that dream, and then my mom also told me that back in the first apartment that we lived when we first came from New York, and I was like like only a few years old, that our roommates. She said that. She was like, "I see people in here that aren't supposed to be here."
Okay.
And but they don't do anything. They just kind of walk around.
Just like wandering
Yeah.
spirits.
You're like, yeah, and it's kind of weird.
That's a little
And the
creepy.
thing is, so we had a storage room that my dad kind of kept locked up. We never used. So we were never there. When we moved out, my uncle, the one that passed away, him and his family moved in there. And what is it? So my cousin and his wife at the time, when they were in that room, they had like nightmares. He felt like there was something pulling him towards the window at night. His wife would have sleep paralysis.
Ooh.
You know?
Oh, that's just like me.
That's scary as
They would
fuck.
Sleep
scream.
paralysis is the
They
worst.
say they will wake up at night screaming, and no one else in the apartment would hear. It's not even that big of an apartment. So not only that,
Hey, if someone's screaming though, you should be able to hear that shit.
when they moved out and they found their own place, like my other cousin moved in there, and
Yeah.
she had the same thing. She had sleep paralysis at night
No shit.
all the times. So when she moved out, she got too freaked out. My uncle went in there, and he said like he experienced like unexplained things, but
No shit.
he said it didn't bother him. Like he wasn't that scared, but I was like, there's some weird shit going on in there.
Now, let me ask you this: do you still have family that lives in that apartment?
Not anymore. No.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say if you do, we should definitely go like EVP that shit.
To this day, I would go back if I knew family members, but I do not.
No shit.
Yeah. And it's
But
kind of
have your previous family members, did they tell the new resident or the new tenants that,
No,
there's
because,
some
like,
creepy shit going on?
I have,
So they
like-
already had that in their head and they're like, okay, maybe.
I didn't know any of this until today.
No shit.
Yeah.
So,
Because
the-
also sometimes. Oh, go.
my skeptic side would go and say, most ghost stories, the person who experienced it.
Yeah.
They're not. A lot of it is fuckery. It's people trying to relate and saying things that didn't really happen.
That's fair.
But some things are people that actually experience it, especially when that family member, passes away. It's not that the person didn't experience a ghost encounter to them,
Yeah.
but that does not prove that it's real, because the mind is a very complex thing. So whenever you say someone, no, you didn't see it because ghosts don't exist, that has a lot of validity and it might be true 100%. But the person who experienced it, because you experience trauma in the sense where you're grieving for the loss of someone that's really important to you.
Yeah.
You can see that person, especially if you are a believer yourself. So your mind will create the experience itself.
Okay.
And you will try, and to you, the experience is real. It doesn't mean that it is real, but to you, it is. So,
Well, in that case, let me lay this on you, because I don't necessarily believe in the whole like demons or stuff like that, like like the really really dark shit. But in the form of ghosts, if you think of it this way, because you believe in science, energy cannot be created and or destroyed, right?
yeah.
So like what I believe is that like let's say a family member passes, or like even if one of us goes, that energy is still there, and I think it stays there in a certain spot, place, or something like that, and then every now and again we'll just.
So,
But is that energy that you're making up in your mind? 'Cause
No, it is
No,
it's
no,
not.
so
It's
that is
actually,
true.
That
So
is actually
science is-
true.
Yeah.
It's the law of thermodynamics.
yes.
Yep.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It only moves
It transfers.
into form, through form, out of
So
form.
it's like a soul.
So let's say when an animal's alive and it dies and I eat it, and they'll say they kill it, they butcher
you
it,
take
and
its
I eat
energy.
it. I take its atoms and I transform its energy from its atoms into my atoms, and I use its energy. Its energy comes from plant. Excuse me, from plants. The plants get their energy from the sun, from photosynthesis. The sun gets its energy from hydrogen by its core, transforming to helium, whatever. So it just transforms. But I'll put one in when it comes to science. It's not energy. Energy has no conscience. Energy is just energy.
Yep.
We're talking about consciousness.
So let me.
That's what we're talking.
So let me lay this on you then.
Go ahead.
So, because us as humans, we only use roughly on a good day about 10% of our brain.
That's not true though. We
That-
use 100%
That
of
is
the brain.
that is not true.
That is not true.
Since when?
That is a myth. That's always
it's
been
a myth. It's
Has
been
it?
a myth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
been
is.
a myth.
There
Your
has-
brain is
there has been
segmented
skin.
into areas. So if you're doing a certain task,
It only uses a certain part of that
gonna
brain.
use a certain part, but that part is made for that task. It doesn't matter whether the other part is not
Yeah, but
active
let me
for
let
that
me
task.
let
that
me
does not
let
matter.
me finish.
Go ahead.
So, you use 10% of your brain at a single like I'm using 10% of my brain.
It's not really 10%.
I know, but
yeah.
I'm using that right now just to talk. I'm
You're
not
probably
thinking
using
about the
more
color.
than 10.
I'm not thinking about the color blue or like
Okay, but
math
what
equations
what
or
does
shit like
that
that.
have to do with?
So, but when you die, let's say that energy itself from your physical conscience, and like who know, like I don't believe that your mind fully devolves when you die. Like when you're finally gone, your physical self is gone, but that energy for your conscious brain, like that voice inside your head, is still there.
Okay, so I'll explain to you how I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I see it in the full eyes of science. Consciousness.
Here's a disclaimer. This is how Tiago believes it himself.
So,
Coming from the ghost.
so consciousness are connected to brains, and brains decay.
Mhm.
Consciousness are connected to experiences in life. If you're not alive, there is no consciousness. Your brain, the energy you're talking about is a little bit different. The energy is caused by the electrical impulses in your brain. Your brain has to be alive
Exactly.
to create electrical impulses. When you shut off a machine and the memory is gone,
Yep.
that memory is gone.
But how do you know?
It is gone.
How do you know?
Well, you know, because you can test it.
See, that's the thing where
You can literally test it. The
This is
brain
where-
is the same thing. Once you shut off the electricity, which is the energy generated by you eating food, your body transforming that food
Yeah.
into energy, your body using it, once that energy is gone, it's gone. It's been
Okay.
used, it's transformed into something else. It's gone.
See,
so
this
once
is-
your brain is shut off, it's shut off.
Alright, so
This-
It's out. Consciousness is.
I got one counter argument. I'll let
So,
you go, Kiss.
let me just plug this in also. Like, I totally understand where Tiago's come from, and I totally understand where Stefan comes from. And this is where we get into, like, uncharted territory, because Tiago is based on scientific facts that has been studied, and it's confirmed by the scientific community.
Yeah.
Now, what Stefan is going into is an area
I'm more
where...
spiritual.
is an right
Yeah.
a more spiritual area where science can't confirm, because that is where
It cannot be tested.
no this is where the paranormal comes in,
Yeah.
right? Because science can't confirm it,
Yeah.
and science is really just questioning and making
100%.
thesis and coming to a confirmation. Because just recently Einstein had a theory of gravitational waves. That was, I mean,
It was a theory, yeah.
he came with
Yeah.
that theory back in what, the 30s?
Some,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
yeah.
It was just confirmed back in 2018,
Correct.
2 years ago.
Correct.
So there are
It's always a
so that is
search, right?
science. Science is questioning theories and
True.
until they confirm it.
All right.
Now you're in a spiritual aspect, which I totally understand. And
So, but all right, let me
ahead.
drop this on you to counteract
Just
his.
say,
To
damn, the
counteract
predator
his.
looks good in this light.
Hey, what's up, guys?
My work is
So,
beautiful.
let me ask you. Let me throw you this bone then. So, obviously, you say when something's unplugged, it's completely dead, gone, everything,
Gone.
right? So, take like a AA battery, right? So, in your controllers, remotes, anything like that, it dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You recycle it. It gets broken down, and that energy is. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going way too deep. Fuck that shit.
no, go deep.
All right, go deep. All
Rabbit
right,
hole.
Go deep.
So, okay,
We're
going
on the
deep,
rabbit
going deep.
We all know how to swim. Let's go.
So you
I
take
don't.
that battery, that I guess you can call it that physical energy, the energy that it was given with or put out with is gone now. It's dead, but it's repurposed. So that's still broken down and remade into something new.
But it's no longer a battery.
But let's say it goes back to the recycling because the battery gets returned
Sure,
into a
you
battery.
can make another battery, but that battery has no memory of what it was.
well, it's
How do you know?
a battery. It's a
Well, I
broad.
mean,
it's a broad.
battery.
You can't really.
You can't
That's it.
you can't
yeah,
compare.
You can't.
How do
That's
you know?
where the question remains, and that's
But it's
why
it's still being that energy.
I
the energy
don't-
from that dead battery is still being taken down,
That's
broken
like,
down.
karma. There are people who believe in karma.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer
And
in
there
karma.
are people who believe in
I don't believe in karma.
reincarnation.
Yeah.
And when people get reincarnated, they're obviously they're the old conscience in a new body. But they're
Your eyes
white,
wonky,
but they're
ghost.
white. They're white clean. I should
eyes
turn this around and be like, and just talk to you guys like this.
Just
Can you still see a little bit?
Kind of. Somewhat.
how many fingers am I holding up?
Anyways,
You can take it off now, dude.
Two.
You were good.
Hey.
Yeah, you can take it off. If
You can
want.
take it
see
off.
this.
Just be comfortable.
this is so spooky. I'm spooky. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna turn this around all the way so it'd be very spooky. because it's the spooky night of the spooky season.
Spooky
It's the
season.
spooky month still at spooky hours.
We got what? 4 more hours until spooky season's officially done.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was I talking about?
You were talking about the battery thing.
No, karma, reincarnation.
Oh, yes, reincarnation. So there has been some investigation towards these kids are 5 or 6 years old and they're explaining, like, oh, I like, who's this guy? Like, I know this guy, or like past lives that they've experienced, and they're only like 5 or 6 years old, and there's no explanation for it except for reincarnation, which is pretty much an old soul in a new body.
I've seen it. I've seen the documentary.
Like, and the thing is like, okay, so here's the thing about the whole entire paranormal stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
like your thoughts and belief kind of shapes. It's very powerful because like if you don't believe in it, you're not going to see anything. If you're a believer of it, your mind makes up all these things. Kind of, I don't know, I can't explain. Like you said, Tiago, like it's in your head,
Yeah, your
so
subconscious.
you make it up. Kind of, not really, but who's to say that what this person experienced wasn't real? You can't debunk an experience. That's all I gotta say.
Yes, exactly. That's where there's the gray area. You don't know.
Yeah,
And that's why, even though I am a skeptic and I don't really believe in it because it doesn't hold water when it comes
Well,
to real science.
The only time
I'm
I've
still
heard-
curious enough that I want to go see it.
You want to find out for yourself.
Let's
Like-
just say,
You're
I'm
not- you're-
optimistic.
you're not-
I want to
but
see
You're
it.
never going to experience it unless someone in your life that you truly love dies.
Yeah,
Because
but
the
then
only-
I have the explanation
So
for that.
the only time
That's
I've
where
heard
the problem is.
anybody tell me they've experienced paranormal activities are people who are vulnerable, who they're grieving,
Yep.
or someone who just got a divorce and
I
they
think
have
my-
High emotional
very
states.
stressed.
Yeah.
Those are the only people I've heard that they've experienced paranormal
it's funny because this is like my eyes.
All right,
open,
let's
right?
stress the fuck out of Tiago.
Stress the fuck. And
No,
kids.
no.
Kids also
I mean-
see.
Yeah, because
Oh,
they're more
Dude,
in
That's the
tune.
spooky thing. So like one of the stories that I read, it's where and it's from a babysitter's
You're good. Right there.
perspective, and so pretty much the babysitter was babysitting this kid who was 7 years old, and so happened to be like at night where the parents went out for dinner. It's gonna be a late night, the parents said. So the kid's like in his room playing with all these like little toys, and like he's tossing around and stuff like that. And when the babysitter came into the room just to check on him, there were toys that would kind of like toss away at the other side of the bed where he wasn't like playing at.
Huh.
And the thing was, she kind of noticed like when he's playing with toys, when they get kind of tossed around, he'll come and pick it up and gather them again. But when these particular 2 or 3 pieces that landed on the other side of the bed, he will not go get them. And she says to him, it's like, hey, just for the namesake, Billy, why aren't you go, like collecting your toys over there on the other side? And Billy says back to the babysitter, he's like, I don't want to go over there because I don't like the way the man is standing there. And the babysitter looks up and
creepy.
like, I don't see anything over there.
Like, there's
And
nothing
as
in the
soon as
room.
the kid says that, the babysitter picked up Billy, ran out of the freaking house, and went to her best friend's house.
So did she end up seeing something?
She didn't see anything, but the way the kid was like,
She's, like,
describing it,
petrified?
yeah, she
No
got
shit.
scared. It's kind of like, dude, there's nobody
See, but
there.
That's where
but-
I have this thing in my head when it's like, of course, kids have a very crazy imagination. They
But the thing
they
is-
think
Yeah.
of things and they believe it's real because they're little kids. And also, when people see dead, deceased relatives that just died that caused them a lot of grief and pain, is they're literally in stress. And stress causes all sorts of chemical reactions in the brain, which can make you see things that don't exist.
Fair enough.
The same way that people go and commit atrocious things when they're super stressed or distressed. I mean, they go and they act out and they do all these things. And they say, well, I didn't see anything. I just saw tunnel vision.
Yeah.
And I went and I did this. It's the same thing. They're distressed. They're stressed. Their mind is not in the right place, so they see, feel, and do things that they're not supposed to do. The same way goes when you're grieving when someone that you really love dies.
See, that's a
Okay.
great
That's why it's like, for
perspective.
me, it's like very hard
But-
to believe
but
just because.
Where it comes for me, where it gets a little bit hard to believe, is like when there are actual like police report that also says like they're pretty much writing their experience of like the investigation they went through. The most recent one is with, and the thing is, I've been looking into this stuff, and the most recent one is Latoya Amon in Gary, Indiana. You read about this? Okay, you're nodding your head. So basically, the premise behind this is like, so Latoya Amon, she's a mother of like, I think a couple kids. I don't know exactly how many. There was a grandmother that lived there also in a house in Gary, Indiana. And pretty much she said like, holy shit, I can't stay anymore because kids are being thrown against the wall and stuff like that. And when she reported that to the police like, they were concerned that like, holy shit, is this a place that's fit for children to be growing up in? So they sent, what do you call those? Those
like a medium or
no. Those
or
workers.
DSS,
DCF.
DCF.
Yeah, social
DCF,
workers, right? They
DCF.
send social workers to see, like, just to check to see if it's a fit family environment for kids to be growing up and it's not abuse. So when the CDC people went there and like they didn't write a report like the police did, but there was an instance where she says like one of the kids started walking up the walls backward. That was just a report that she said. She pretty much claimed. It got really weird and wonky that the police actually had to come and investigate. And they were asking these people like, what happened? And she said, you know what, we live here, shit are going on, we feel a dark presence in the basement. And oh my god, that connected me to my mom's house.
Why?
Because the scratching on the doors. I don't know if
You don't remember?
I never lived there.
Chris or
Crystal?
what's her name, Crystal?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like I think it was Chris that was like, I hear scratches on the door, the basement door. That shit kind of creeped me out at the time. But that's what was happening at this house over here in Gary, Indiana. There was scratches on the door. He said like, when you go to the
You
basement,
don't know about
it
Igor
just
that lives down there?
really weird.
The cockeyed sibling
So
that they hide in the basement.
I kind of breezed through the whole entire story, so I was kind of curious to what it's about, because the thing was, after it was all said and done, this famous like ghost hunter dude went and bought the house. And he did a documentary on it. Zach Bacon.
No shit.
Yeah, he bought the house.
Ah.
And
that
what-
guy's got money. So
After-
I'm gonna ride this
no,
house because it's haunted.
because
Oh, no, I think I saw that.
bought-
I think I saw
bought-
that video.
It's
It was
called
a-
Demon House or something like that.
Yeah, it was on
It was a
Prime. I
documentary
think.
he did. Yep.
Yeah.
So he's like, I bought this house. I did some weird shit on it.
Dude, that basement was creepy as
He
fuck.
said like
though.
his whole entire team
Corona.
got messed up. He says he got an affliction from it,
No shit.
where he started seeing double vision. So up till today,
Well-
since then, he's been wearing these prism glasses.
No shit.
Yep.
Well,
And-
because like in that one, is that the same one where they found like the kids' clothes in the basement, like underneath the stairs and shit?
Yeah, so underneath the stairs, there was like this dirt. It's pretty much, the basement is pretty much dirt. And the police officer said that when they started digging into it, they found pieces like nails, toys, clothes underneath the dirt. And they also started finding like these like oily residue throughout the house.
It'll like drip from the walls and,
And it's
like,
kind
shit
of
like
weird
that.
because like a lot of people, like the priests or whatever the churches said, like when you see the type of oil residue, it's usually a high demonic presence. It's kind of, and the thing was like when the police officer saw that, it's like, did you put this here? He said it to like the person Latoya or whatever, the owner of the home. Did you put this here? And she was like, no, I didn't. And so the officer cleaned it up, and he told everyone to leave the house, padlock it. Went back there like 2 or 3 days later and found oil residue on the same area again. He's like, fuck, I locked this place up and here it is again. In his report, he's kind of like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I have no explanation, pretty much at the end of the story. So when Zach bought it, he did the whole documentary,
Yeah.
Demon House, and after that, he destroyed it.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Why?
He tore it down because he's like, the shit that I saw in there, I don't want no one else to go through.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's actually like I'm pretty sure it's on Prime too. Like I would check it out.
Where is this house?
Indiana.
Gary, Indiana. Yep. So it's kind of like
Wow.
when you read about that stuff, it's like these are these people experience. There's an actual police report on it too, and to me, it's kind of like it's a little far fetched for me. But then again, it's an actual police report, so that's what like these officers.
You've seen police reports lately, and there's a whole Black Lives Matter movement around.
Well, no, that has nothing. That has nothing to do
From
with
these
this.
police reports, you know what I mean?
So Black Lives
So
Matter.
cops lie
is one
too.
thing. When they're dealing with shit they don't understand, that's another thing. They didn't kill anyone in this one. No
No.
black people died.
No, I know that.
Okay, so
No, I know that. I'm just saying, the cops do lie. I'm not saying
But
all
it's not
cops,
just about
but
the cops. It's the guy
do.
that bought the house afterwards. He
No, I
actually
know.
bought the
He
house.
bought the house because of the story.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who looks for those types of stories. I'm just saying.
But Tiago, how do you correlate Black Lives Matter to this story?
No, I'm just saying what I'm correlating is
There's
the
no
cops
correlation there.
lie as well. I'm saying an impressionable police officer can maybe
Can I ask
say
you
a certain thing that is
Why
not
you would
truthful.
think a
Why
police
not? Because
officer
he's a
will lie?
person.
Like he's
Well,
making
Why would a police officer lie?
well, case.
He's just a person.
on that
Well,
case though.
human
Well,
being.
case. So this
do you-
one, I'll give Tiago some validity because if you look back at the old Amity House case, they literally cops had come out and said like, no, like we did a lot of the shit so we can get movie rights. Like they'll do it just for straight up cash.
Okay.
So like with that, I will give a little
Okay.
validity, like depending on like obviously the situation,
Alright.
backstory, stuff like that. But like there has been known cases for
Oh,
hauntings and
yes.
houses where
So-
people have done it to just get movie deals, book
Get
deals.
money.
Exactly.
Okay, get money. All right. So that also brings me to my next
When they
question
sold the house,
for you guys.
you can never sell that house to a normal person.
Fuck no.
Exactly.
You gotta sell it to some crazy freak who just wants to see ghosts all the time and make a movie about it.
So
Hey.
we can go to the Conjuring House
Yeah, let's do it.
for $125 per person.
So,
I am going to take your money now so I can book it. I'm not going to book it until you guys pay me.
yeah, that's fair enough.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so give me the money and I'll book it.
Give me
Word.
the money.
Give me no money.
125 per person.
Nice.
That's all.
I'll
And the
Venmo
thing
you
is,
on Wednesday.
It's
Figure
it's-
out a day.
No.
We'll
Give
do it
me
all
the money.
together.
Give
We'll
me
do
the
it all
money.
together.
Yeah.
Give me the money
Give-
first,
give
and
me
then I'll
the
tell you
money.
the days that's available.
No, but I have a schedule. I have to look at my schedule.
No, you're
you give me
canceling
the
that
money
day.
first, and then I can see what the schedule is available. Then I'll tell you the date, and you guys
Sounds
can
good.
pick.
Let's go. All right.
That's my
Cash
case.
out.
All right,
Here's the
all
thing.
right.
It's we're all like Tiago. I'm on.
Okay. So
No. Let me. This is the thing. I'm going in there as a super skeptic because I am very skeptical of this shit. I don't believe in this woo-woo stuff.
I
No.
just did you see the documentary I got on Prime
Which one?
about aliens? About the cover up, Blue Book, and all that stuff.
See, the aliens is different because the government came out earlier this year saying they're real.
Yeah, CIA.
That's what I'm saying. I just saw a documentary 2 days ago,
It's-
3 days ago.
They
that
pretty much said-
fucking proves everything, and it's like fuck.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
because people were too into this COVID shit. They didn't even listen to the government saying,
No,
Oh, fuck
people
no.
are just like people are dying, so
"Hey guys,
we don't care.
we have UFOs and aliens that visit us."
Yeah, this,
Yeah.
this shit's real, guys.
So
Who's to
nobody
say
paid attention.
COVID's not an alien virus?
No, it's from China.
How do you know? What if China is all aliens?
I don't want to say that.
Well, if they came here illegally, they may be.
Illegal aliens. Yeah. It'd be hard to come here illegally from China. It's far.
Oh, at least now, at least. Before, I'm probably not that bad. Just hop on a shipping container, boom, you're there in like 20 hours.
Let me help you out, bro.
This is kind of fun. I like wearing this ghost outfit or ghost bed sheet. that I made.
Ooh.
You-
It has the
If
ghost.
I was a ghost,
It has the ghost of your dead babies on
He
it.
needs to wear that to Tavern in the Square. And then
Ah.
we have to record it. Yes.
They'll probably be like, "Sir, we can't
And,
let you
no,
in
we
here."
have to get the reaction. You know the reaction videos when someone does something dumb.
yeah,
get,
you can
like,
use
people's
the
reactions?
tripod. You
gimbal.
should put it to charge,
I can't use that tripod
We need
while
to
wearing
do
this stuff.
that.
I can barely even see out of this thing.
bro. I can use a tripod.
Let it alone.
Film your
All
ass.
right, so this
Fucking
ghost,
right.
Film.
this ghost has to go use the bathroom
How do you do it?
How do ghosts use bathrooms?
in the ghostly way.
Do you like spew out ectoplasm?
He just can't find his penis.
Don't miss the toilet.
God damn it!
No.
God damn it!
It's transparent.
It's not solid, so we can't grab it.
He loves Kay so much. Someone's following me.
So
President
big.
Jake.
Have you ever had any experiences with the paranormal?
I'm very boring. No. I've never experienced.
Have you ever heard
Paranormal activities.
any experience with the paranormal from
What do
your
you mean?
clients, from your?
Yeah, my
Sister.
clients. I mean, they would tell me they see someone walking in the kitchen. And
Wait, where?
So
Why
my-
are ghosts always in the kitchen?
Okay, so
They're
my
hungry.
client freaked me out 3 days ago.
No
Tiago
shit.
works late,
Yo.
and she comes in at 6. I was done with her by 7, so Tiago won't be home for another hour.
Yeah.
So I just asked her just to start a conversation. Do you watch any horror films? And she's like,
Yeah,
no.
spooky season.
Yeah, she's like, no, I don't like. No, she's like, yes, but I don't like it.
Oh,
I
okay, weird
can't
flex, but
watch it."
okay.
I'm like, what? Okay. She's like, she was really weird too. She's like, do you believe in ghosts?
Let me
Do you
guess, she
believe
got
in
green hair
spirits?"
that day.
No, she had normal colored hair. But then she went on and said that she was at a friend's house. They had a campfire in their backyard.
Yo.
She looks into the window of her friend's kitchen and she saw a lady walking in there.
Huh.
And there's obviously nobody inside the house. It was just them four outside.
Yeah.
And she said she didn't want to tell her friend because she didn't want to freak them out.
It's kind of weird.
And she ended up telling her friend anyways, and she's like, yes, my daughter got possessed in the house a few times, and...
Whoa.
Whoa,
What?
whoa, that
What?
was escalated from 0 to 100.
Yeah, because she didn't want to tell her friend at first.
Hey
Hi,
guys.
Ghost, welcome. We're talking about your friend,
I wanted a beer.
your ghost friend.
Cool.
But yeah,
Actually,
she
you want to grab me one of those Nitos, Kiss?
Yeah, bro.
Thank you, sir.
So basically...
One of them, the Nitos.
Oh, Nitos? Yep.
Yeah, I want to try one.
Can you see? Is the camera? No, they don't. It doesn't get that far.
Pour me some in here, just a little.
But yeah, just people telling me ghost,
That's gonna be strong.
paranormal activity stuff.
Much.
I've never
Wait, that was-
experienced anything. Anything crazy.
So one of the things I started watching was this
Oh, her
dude-
daughter got possessed. That's insane.
Oh, what? Who?
No, my client's friend's daughter got possessed in a house that she saw.
Possessed by a house?
No, inside the house.
Oh, inside a house.
Sorry.
Okay. I was gonna say, where's the home
Inside a
inspector?
house.
Where's the home inspector?
Apparently, there's an old lady in that house possessing
You're like,
little
"Ooh."
kids.
I'm back.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, but that's as far as she told me because I didn't want to
Oh.
hear.
What do you think?
Good
Julia's like-
golly, I love this. Holy
Julia's
fuck.
like, can we not talk about this anymore?
I didn't want to
And she
hear.
kept talking about it.
I didn't want to hear
About-
any paranormal activities.
Well,
at
that's
at
why-
that time.
Was Jacob at work? Was
I-
President
Jacob
Jacob?
was at work.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced being Laisa's house is haunted.
Really? Why?
Well,
Why
you
would
didn't
say
tell
that?
them that, did you?
I've told B and Laisa I'm fully secure, like fully sure that their house is
But
haunted.
you only saw blood stains, and that was
We're
it.
No, there's a
skeptics.
lot
We
more.
have a believer.
There's a lot more.
It's
so,
okay.
so they
Yeah,
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 so
well,
they
I'm fine.
had
I'm
blood
with
they
that.
had blood stains in
I
their
know.
house.
I'm a
So we set
Come
up
on.
their kitchen lights.
Let's do
It's
that.
like this one in their house, right?
Uh-huh.
So I did we couldn't get it wired up. There was something fucking going on with the electrical. So I disconnected all the wires, but we still had it hung up. Lais came home the next day and the light was just on, but no power connected to it.
Oh, yeah,
at
you
all.
told me about that. Yeah.
Also, too, B was telling me when they first moved in, he would constantly wake up around like anywhere from like 2:30 to 3:30 in the morning, and he would smell rotting meat or rotting something inside the house. I'm like, that's sign number one. You got some fucking woo woo shit going on, and no thank you.
He also went to sleep at 9 a.m. yesterday. And he also takes Ambien to go to sleep. So, excuse me, the
But-
guy's taking fucking drugs to go to sleep.
But he's
I don't believe it.
he's lived at your mom's house for a very long time, and he hasn't experienced anything paranormal until now.
Well, he tells the guy there's something paranormal. Now he takes some, crazy drugs to go to
I
sleep,
guess.
and then he's seeing shit.
I mean,
Ambients are not fucking.
well, that's all if B is a believer, which I don't really peg
Bro,
him.
he's Asian. He's a believer.
That's fucked up, bro.
That is not fucked up. That is like
I'm Asian. I'm not a believer.
well, Case, you are
You're half
a
Asian.
researcher.
No case, you're a ghost right now. You're not Asian.
That's true. Well, wait. What's to say I'm not an Asian ghost?
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
You cut the slits on the eyes
Oh,
wrong.
so the interesting thing is, it's okay. The interesting thing is, it was like, okay, so like
You should
ghosts are reported throughout different countries. It's not, every
Not
single
like an
country has
American
their own
thing.
ghosts. Right. So, buddy, would you like some pets?
The petties.
Oh
loves
no, he's just hanging out here next to me.
She's supposed to chill.
He loves a ghost.
Um,
I need to go pee. Ouch.
what was I gonna say? As a non-believer, when we go to the Conjuring House, I want to see shit happen.
Bro,
Okay, I
Bro.
want to see shit happen.
I'm modifying a GoPro to see
Bro,
Infrared, right?
infrared.
Yeah.
I'm putting 2 cameras up. No, I just
Infrared,
want
I don't
2
think-
cameras
okay,
up.
2 of those
I'm
motherfuckers.
EVPing the fucking thing. I'm buying an EVP reader. I want to see it.
No, no.
Going all out.
We need. Well, okay, so the closest thing. There's no such thing as an EVP reader, for example.
Or electromagnetic.
We can do EVP sessions.
Yeah.
There are REM pods that I saw online, but REM pods, I think they're going for like 175 on Amazon.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not bad. I was gonna get one, but I don't have enough money yet because I'm prioritizing.
We're saving.
There's also K2 meters, and K2 meters they go for like $60 a pop.
What's a
What's
K2?
a K2 meter?
So K2 meter is your you're looking for electromagnetic.
Like pulses or
Yeah, I mean,
almost like an electrical test.
You can do this for people use it
60
for
bucks,
electrical
yeah.
testing.
Okay.
So there you go. Yep,
Ghost meter EMF sensor, $50.
K2 meters. Yep, that's what they are.
Word. Okay.
The ghost
No,
meter.
get the K2.
Wait, those are the ones
It
we
is
had
K2.
on the ghost ship, right?
Yes, the K2 is what we use in Ghost Ship.
These?
Okay.
Pretty much.
These?
Yep. Yeah, those are the ones because they're easier to read.
Yeah, it just goes from green to red.
Yep. Here's the thing that like I just kind of look up and I see people's stories and
Oh, you
the
get
the
both.
thing is like I
It's
said,
the
like
light and that thing.
I can't dismiss people's experiences, you know. So one of the biggest things that I read, I mean, I've been watching, is this dude. He actually bought out Cerro Gordos, which is a ghost town out in Nevada.
Oh, no
Nevada.
shit.
Yeah, he bought this out for like $500,000, whatever.
Come here,
It's just
Pop.
him by himself.
I think I saw that guy on Facebook. It's a mine town, right?
Yeah, it's a money
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
It was former money town. He's trying to rebuild it by himself, and he's documenting it. But the thing is, he's not a ghost hunter. He doesn't care about ghosts. He's not
He's
doing
a
anything ghost
climber,
related.
right?
He just wants to rebuild this town that he bought.
No shit.
Yeah. So one of the things was like the first week he went there, and the thing was he hired contractors to come in and work to make sure everything's working. And,
Yeah, nice and
everything's
safe.
Foundation, yeah, nice and safe. So he hired contractors to work out there. But he went to for the first time. He saw like where the contractors were staying.
Yeah.
He just kind of saw like he zoomed a light in at night at this place called the Bunker, and he saw like somebody move the curtain,
Huh.
and then like closed it. And then it was like, oh, it's probably the contractors still staying there.
Yeah.
So the next day, he called up the contractor's manager. Like, hey, you know, like how long are these guys gonna stay here? And he's like, dude, they've been gone for like 2 weeks.
Oh.
And so
That's
he's like,
fucking weird.
Yeah, he was like, okay, then who the hell was in the house then?
Yeah. Like who's over here?
Definitely wasn't squatters. Can't be squatters because like he went there the next day. He was like, there's nobody in here.
Well, because that's the same town where the whole entire town like up and left and like they left all their personal
This was like
belongings and
back in
everything.
like early
the 50s?
1900s.
Oh, 19.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
Okay.
was.
They were gone. Yeah. So that's kind of weird. And the thing was like he
You know
even
that,
said the same things like lights would go on by itself, like you said. Well, there's
Yeah.
like you know like unexplained.
That's fucking weird.
He even got to one point where he padlocked the door,
Yup.
and he still says like after he went back a couple days later, there's a light that went on.
That's fucking creepy.
So it's like, what do you?
Like,
I don't
how
know
do you
what
explain
is.
it?
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
The thing
it's
is,
just-
and the thing is, you can't say, "Oh my God, there's a ghost," but could it be an electrical issue? Who
There's
knows?
like there's someone that found a way in the house that's just been chilling there. Like there's so many explanation avenues you could go, but
Right.
it's
I remember when I saw a video once of this guy talking about ghosts and stuff like that, and then he would say that there's a house in the shed that he had that had a light, and then he would film the light, and the light would keep popping
Just
on
flickering?
and off. Yeah,
no
Someone's
shit.
stuck-
during the night,
Someone's
yeah.
stuck in the basement.
SOS.
I know what
SOS.
SOS is.
That's that movie.
You know,
Have you ever
SOS.
seen what's
SOS
the name
is
of the movie?
this
I
is
think it's called
SOS.
Parasite. Have
Have
you
you
ever
ever
seen
seen the movie
Parasite?
Parasite?
The Korean
Parasite?
movie?
The Korean movie?
No.
No.
Is it good?
Parasite's So good.
All right.
It won a
What
bunch
is
of
it on?
Oscars.
Is it on Amazon?
Netflix.
Yes.
All right. Word.
No, I
Is
don't
it
think
on
it's not on
Netflix?
Netflix. No.
Netflix blows.
It's on Amazon.
Dude, Netflix price is going up again.
Is it really? I'm about
So,
to
like,
cancel that shit.
I don't know, like $15, $16 now.
Fuck that. They don't even have anything good on there.
They provide.
I
a
love
good
Netflix.
service.
Anyways, cheers, guys.
Salud.
I didn't get one.
You did, right there.
Oh, I did?
Bullshit.
Oh fuck, I can't see. That's why. My bad.
Fucking ghost.
Put your sheet back. This is how ghosts get drunk, guys.
It's good.
That's good.
Gracias.
That's a ghost. A ghost.
Wait a minute. So the thing is, okay. So I worked with one of my friends at the time. We were really good friends. We were hanging out, and like one of the common things we had was like kind of like, holy shit, like when Halloween came, I was like, dude, Halloween's my favorite holiday. He's like, oh, mine's too. Like we started like exchanging stories, and one of the things that he told me was in a house that he used to live with his mother, just him and his mother, is that he would come home sometimes like during the day, like in the afternoon
Yeah.
after work, and like the water would be running.
That's fucking weird.
Like him and his mother
That's a dick move.
has
I'd be
gone to work.
pissed. My water bill would be up.
Like
Really?
his mother would like they both leave in the morning, go to work, and he would get home first. Like, and when he gets back home, he's like, "Mom, did you leave the water on again?" She's like, "No, I shut her off." Like, but here's the thing: how do you know that she did shut it off?
That's fair
She might have
enough.
forgotten. But one time he said he came back. He came downstairs from like in his room, and he went to the bathroom. Water was not on. He came out. He said the water was on.
Huh.
And he's like, "Mom, did you turn it on?" She's like, "I never left my bedroom. I was already
His
asleep."
mom's got Alzheimer's, bro.
Can't attest to that.
No, you could.
Oh.
Set up video cameras.
And then another thing that I found out, the house used to be a morgue.
Oh.
Wait, what?
The house
What?
used to be a morgue.
Yeah, I would never buy that fucking house.
They never
Ever.
knew that.
Never
Listen,
disclosed
never
I've
knew
only
that.
had one experience ever with something that was unexplained and weird.
Oh, your ex-wife.
Okay.
Well, unexplained, my ex-wife was definitely
And then Alice can't
unexplained and
explain
weird
that.
experience
Explain that,
for
sir.
4 years.
I want to hear the story. You explain this.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
I was watching TV.
Yep.
It's like 12 at my ex-wife's father's house
Okay.
12 in the afternoon?
in
Or
Brazil.
12 midnight?
12 midnight.
Oh
Midnight.
my God, what are you doing still up?
I'm watching TV about to sleep. There's a radio in the corner.
Oh, no, you had two paranormal stories then. Okay, go ahead. Finish.
The radio's in the corner. Out of nowhere, the radio
Tiago,
turns on.
Wait, you experienced the paranormal?
I don't know.
What?
It is because you can't explain it. It's called
I
the
can't
paranormal.
True,
explain.
true.
The radio turns on by itself.
Why would it turn on by itself?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
What station was it on?
I was just some
Crackling
1.5?
noise.
some
Static?
regular station. No, regular station.
Okay. Okay.
So I go over there and I turn it off and I unplug it. And I'm like, damn. I wasn't scared.
That was
I
kind of
wasn't
weird.
scared. I was like,
You-
that was weird.
You were weirded out, right?
Yeah. But then I went back, sat on the couch. I unplugged the radio.
Right.
And went back on the couch and I watched TV until, another, hour or two and nothing else happened. And it never happened again. And I used to watch TV when we were there for a bit in Brazil. I used to watch TV every day
Yep,
at night,
yep.
later than everybody else because I like watching TV until late. And it never happened again. The radio is one of those, remote control radios.
Oh, okay.
So it takes a frequency to turn on the radio. It could have just been some freak neighbors got a radio. pressed
Yeah,
the
just someone
button,
driving by,
bounced
maybe.
off the walls, the infrared hits the radio. There was windows right next to it.
Yep.
And turned on the radio. That could be it. Could be the same radio.
Or
has the
could it?
same remote control. It's very popular.
Wait a
Sharp
minute.
radio.
Sure.
Does IR go through walls?
There was a window. It's glass.
Does it go through
Okay.
windows?
Right next to it. Right next to the radio. There's a big window.
So
Okay.
we had the same thing, and it's really weird because it's me, my dad, my mom. We were all sitting in the living room watching a television, and it got normally we don't really watch television together in late at night, but I want to say it was around 9:30, and then all of a sudden the TV started changing channels by itself. And the thing is, my dad, even though he was the guy with the remote, he had the remote on the table. Like we saw the remote on the table, and it was changing channel by itself. And at first, my dad was like, "What the hell?" So he picked up the remote, changed it back. And at first, we were kind of like, "That was weird." Okay, whatever. So we continued watching whatever program was playing that time, and then all of a sudden, the television it jumped channels again, but this time 2, 3 channels. And my dad is like, "All right, that's weird." He flicks it back. He puts it right next to him, not even touching it. And I was like 9 or 10, and I'm looking at my dad. I was like, "What the hell? That's kind of weird. What's
That
going on?"
TV is broken.
Wait. Let me
You
ask
know-
you. Let me ask you this.
That television we had until we move into your Maom's house, which is not. We had that TV for 15 years. That's the only time it ever happened.
Wait. Let me ask you this. Did it happen in that same apartment where all that other weird shit happened?
No. We own this house.
Okay. Okay.
My dad. This is the house that my dad bought. We own the house. He was paying mortgage on it. And it's funny because the third time it happened, my dad was like, "Okay, time to go to bed." Shut it off and just whatever.
So, and has anything else happened?
In that house, I remember when we first moved in, I had nightmares every single night.
Oh, is that the one you said you were living in the weird room, like the room kind of off of the house?
Yeah, there's a room that
Yeah.
was like it seemed like an extension of the house, and the
Yeah.
radiator didn't work in there. But that
That's
we
the
already
same house?
that
I'll
was the
tell you
same house.
something
Oh.
insane.
We locked it
I'll
up.
tell you an insane story.
Captain Insano.
Central Street.
Yep.
I used to live in this house, Portuguese person house. It was always fucking cold because the heater never really worked. It was a terrible house.
No shit.
My mom and dad were divorcing. It was awful. We move out. Years later, house burnt down.
Okay.
Had a fire. Burnt. This is 10 years later, around 10 years later. I would say maybe 6 years later.
Yep.
I move into a house on Central Street as well, Portuguese owned. Upstairs. I lived with my ex-wife. We broke up. I lived there alone for a bit.
Yeah.
Moved out. Couple years later, I moved away.
Yep.
I was already dating Julia. We used to live in my mom's house.
Yeah.
House burnt down.
So pretty much.
2 houses I've lived in burnt down after I moved years later, but it did. So I could find a correlation and be like, all right, this is a coincidence, some crazy shit.
We'll find out.
And the second one
Yep.
burnt down because the owner was an older gentleman, and there was a heater that wasn't working, and he went with the torch to fix it, and the gas was still on,
No.
and he died.
Well, you know what?
He
You know
passed
what?
away. It's very sad.
Well, cause what you've moved
He was
out
actually really
of.
nice to me, so I have no ill feelings at all. I'm just saying, like, and it was like,
Well-
it burnt down.
Well, we
Well,
I
can.
didn't
We,
like Asians though, so just
Are
so
you
you
saying you guys got divorced because you lived in that house?
know. No, I got divorced.
Ooh, that's a good
Because
move.
shit
Because
happened.
you're saying
That's
you're,
good.
you're saying nothing happened but the divorce when you lived there, but the 2 other times after that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
funny. Okay, so I never thought about the divorce part. The divorce part was that my mom,
Thanks, Ghost.
my
Sick.
dad was kind of a dog, and he did some shit. And
well, dude, we can
and
test this theory pretty well.
then
That's
my ex-wife was kind of a dog.
not a
She
ghost
did some
shit.
shit, and then I.
That's not the demonic correlation.
No.
Mm.
I don't see. I don't put causation correlation together to mean the theory, but
Well, I'm just saying we can test this
You know,
theory because
or
in a couple years,
it's
if your
something
mom's
that-
apartment building burns
Yeah,
down,
who
you know
knows?
something's fucking following you.
No,
You know, like I said, I'm not here to debunk.
those buildings
anybody's
were old, and the only
experiences.
reason one of them burnt down was because the guy was using a torch. on
That could have
the-
been some final.
on the heater.
That could have been some final
On the
destination,
destination
shit.
To him,
Yeah.
to him,
right?
What about the
Bye, bro.
experience?
Fucking right, kid.
Oh, God. The experience you said you saw your ex-wife with a little kid when she was walking home from the club.
No, that's not what I saw. What I saw was I was sleeping on the couch in Italy in this 150-year-old apartment we used to live in. It was
Yeah.
really old. And I saw a little blonde kid running around inside the apartment in my dreams. But I had heard
Yeah.
that my wife's cousin, one of her cousins, had a little child that I met in Brazil, little blonde
Yeah.
kid, and he died. He died from cancer.
Okay.
So I correlate that to me being impressionable because the child died at such a young age, and me seeing him in my sleep.
Yeah, but when you had that dream, did you know he had already passed?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did. That's why. Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
speaking of dreams,
I literally saw him in the apartment. I had sleep paralysis that day, so it was really fucking weird. Like I saw him. I didn't see him. I saw because the apartment was like there was the kitchen was on slightly inclined. There was a little wall between
Yeah.
the kitchen and the living room, and then there was the stairs, and then I saw his hair on top of the stairs just
Just going up.
Yeah, just going up. I saw, and then he would the hair would just show up,
Huh.
and then just show up. So I saw that. So that was really creepy.
That's kind of fucked.
And I mean, you can't. It's hard for me to explain to you guys how it was. The apartment was just like one floor, and then another floor. They were together. It was very small. It was the size
no,
of
I
this
understand.
kitchen
It's almost like
altogether.
a paranormal activity setting.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of.
I
yeah,
can't
kind of.
imagine that because
But there's like a wall,
Yeah.
and the kitchen is
right,
here
there's
on
a wall
top.
and stairs that
But the
goes down
kitchen is
from
not
both
like
sides.
completely high up on the wall. It's just like
It's
like
enough
maybe
to
a few
cover it.
steps up. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And where the bedroom kind of looks out to it, there's a descending path.
Yeah.
Where if
Yeah,
the-
but it's like living room, kitchen. The bedroom is over there.
Yeah.
And the apartments were really old, and I'll tell you another creepy experience I had was when I was coming home from a friend's house. It was like 2 a.m.
Why would you say
This
it was
is when I
creepy?
first. It was creepy because I'm coming down this path, and this path is about 1,000 years old. I'm not kidding you. In Italy, where I used to live, and there were walls around the city 1,000 years ago. There's a church there that's about 900 years old, just where you walk, where I used to walk to go home from my friend's house. And as I'm going down this gate, there's like a gate.
Yeah.
It's like a giant stone gate, and there was whistling. And it felt like someone was whistling. So when Julia says, like, when people whistle, it's creepy. Because as I'm going down to my apartment,
you hear the whistle?
I used to live alone, just so you know.
No shit.
I could keep hearing this whistle, and I couldn't see who was whistling. It was like someone behind me, but I looked back and I couldn't see.
There was nobody there.
So whoever was whistling was hiding from me.
See, that's weird.
He kept following me down all the way close to my apartment. I could hear the
You know what's really weird?
Huh.
It's
like an Italian song. Like fuck.
This is creepy as shit.
So that was really creepy.
Just
I
when
was
you-
drunk too, so.
Just when you say that, it's like even early today for me, it's like when I went to use the bathroom on the first floor, and when I went to use the bathroom, I thought I heard somebody says hello. It was like a little boy that says hello to me.
Here?
No, at my house.
She was like, wait, what?
She was like, my house. I'm scared.
No, not this house, my house.
My house, even if we
And-
have a ghost in our house, it's a friendly ghost.
And the thing is like
Casper.
I've been watching like ghost stories, the
Oh, yeah.
past 2 or 3 weeks.
It's probably fucking with your head.
So I don't know if that shit was fucking with my head, but I was like, when I heard that, I was like, I turned the heck? It's like,
What the fuck are you doing here?
bullshit. That's
You
just
should
me.
be like, hey.
That's just me in my
What's
head. The thing is,
good?
is like I said that was just me in my head.
Probably.
It could have been like what a one-off. It might have been the sound because my mom so you know where our bathroom is on the first floor, like right next to it is where my mom was watching her TV. She was watching football, but there's no way football.
Your mom watches football.
Yeah, because my brother watches football, so she keeps the sports channel on. There's no way a sports channel is like, even a commercial. Hi, hello.
Could be the commercial.
Yeah,
It could have been,
But
but
it's just been like a girl saying.
but the thing
True.
is, it's like I didn't hear anything else from it because as I was done tinkling, taking a piss.
tinkling.
I stood there with my wang out. I was like,
girl.
I'm trying to listen. Like, could it be the television? I didn't hear the television because my mom. Okay, so like, we're a pretty quiet family. We don't like turn up volumes up to like
Yeah, you guys are pretty quiet.
yeah. So it's like I'm
It's in
sitting
my
there-
house. It's fucking.
I'm
everybody's
listening. It's
deaf.
like it could have been the television mom's watching, or she watches her like phone on her videos on her phone. It could have been that, and I'm like, there's nothing else. Because when my mom's on her phone, she's on her phone.
You hear that shit.
Like I hear that shit to my room, and I just want to be like, I want to break her phone. Sometimes, it wasn't her phone, it wasn't television, but it was just, and I'm thinking like it might have been just in my head,
You know, you should have told it to throw it back Falciana
you know.
and see what happened.
So it was like you said, I've been watching a lot of like woo woo weird shit for the past couple
Woo-woo
weeks,
weird shit.
and it could have been just in my head.
I think it's your head.
I'm saying it. It could have been. It probably is in my head. Other weird things happen at night.
In your house?
Kind of, not really.
Like recently or?
Well, the thing is like, so in my house today, even like when I, the only thing I can correlate to the experience that I'm having now is my brother Joey, when he lived there, he told me a story once where he was home by himself, and all of a sudden there was a thunderstorm, and a power went out because like it was the weekend of Nick's birthday, and they all went to Wonderland for the weekend. Joey was by himself. He was like 16, 17 years old. And he says the power went out, and when the power went out, he went to the he was on his way to the basement
Smoke drink.
into the garage to reset the breakers. But as he came down the first flight of stairs into the living area, one of Nick's toys went off. And the only time this toy would have went off if you would have pressed his hand, and it went off by itself. And it says, "Hi, come. Why don't you come play with me?" One of those
Fucking
toys.
Chucky,
Nope.
run!
Nope.
Run! So, it's Chucky.
So
Fuck outta there.
It's funny because when he told me that story, he's like, "So what the fuck you do?" He's like, "Dude, I went back upstairs, grabbed my keys, and I went to my friend's house that night."
No shit.
He's like, "I spent the weekend at my friend's house, I was like, I wasn't going back there.
Dude, that would have freaked me the fuck
You know
out.
what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be really hot tonight.
So
Julie's gonna sleep on top of me.
the thing is, so
In a
in that
non-sexual
in
way.
that same little room
She's
where
scared of this
it
stuff.
was Nick's
The
playroom
shit.
with all his toys. So that room now is where my mom is watching her TV. That's like their living room area. At night, whenever time, so we have a dining room and we have that her living room. They're pretty much across from each other. They're just equally as dark, but for some reason, her room, that living room is darker, and I always feel like there's somebody in there at night. And about 4 or 5 months ago, my mom
This is perfect.
brought my Chinese talisman to hang up facing that room. It was actually in that room before. I never asked her. My mom is not a believer. But she's like, I think my mom's like me.
A skeptic, but a
Yeah, she's a
Doesn't
skeptic.
say-
Half
No.
skeptic.
She's a skeptic, but she doesn't
So
say no.
did she tell you any paranormal stories?
I didn't
from
ask her. I didn't want to ask her
Her
that.
side of the story.
No, I didn't want to ask. The thing is, and so in the house.
Julia's eyes are so wide.
So in the house. we-
Jacob's such big eyes.
Like,
Like,
Jacob asked
No.
had he picked up anything?
No, not at all.
Sixth sense?
Julia,
Okay,
no.
so
yeah, oh yeah. Bugging.
But the thing is, it happened a couple years ago. My mom was sleeping, and she said, like, one night she felt like her blanket was being pulled off from the bed.
It's paranormal activity right there.
For real. About
No.
to get dragged off that motherfucker.
In a couple hours, she got a call from Cambodia saying, "Hey, your sister passed away." Yeah, and she relates to that feeling of like like the
my eyes are watering right now.
the blanket being pulled off. It's like
They
her
are.
sister, like her,
They are.
like
Oh my god.
the thing is like her like she thinks that like that's her sister coming to say goodbye for the last time.
By pulling the blankets and freaking you out?
Be like, hi, bitch.
Well, dude, you're sleeping. What am I supposed to do? Without
Tap
freaking
you on the shoulder, hey, I died.
Yeah, make me a cup of coffee while you're at it.
Yeah.
Shit.
So like, and that
Friend of
was
ghost.
that
Yeah,
was the
right.
only thing that she said to me. Like she told me, she's like, I felt a blanket. I was like, somebody pulling my blanket off at night, and I woke up. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, but I just went back to bed. I didn't notice. But like, around 4 or 5 in the morning, I got a call, from Surprise, like one of her sister died.
That's crazy.
So it was like my mom put it that way. Who knows? Just the same way, like when my dad, when my uncle got cremated, he came back to visit him in his dreams.
Yeah.
It's just weird shit. Who knows? Who knows?
Unexplained.
If you see a ghost, I'll tell you, if I walk, so when I get up, diabetes.
There you go. Get up to
Sometimes
pee.
I get up to pee in the middle of the night. I don't even turn on the light.
Oh, no?
No, there's enough light in the house from the outside, from like ambient light,
Yeah.
that I just pee with the lights off. I
No
never
shit.
turn it on.
See, me, like, I
I hate turning on lights.
see, my house is kind of creepy at night, especially, like, being out in the woods and shit. So, like, if I'm waking up, like, because I always tend to wake up right around, like, 3 a.m. to go take a piss, right?
I do too.
That's
And
weird.
it's
The
that
monsters come
weird
out.
fucking time of night where I'm like, no,
That's
just
the
to be
bewitching
safe.
hours.
It is. That's the hours you don't want to be up and fucking around with. But like, I need my light. I turn my light on. Everything. Because of just I guess upbringing or something like that. But like when I sleep, I need to cover my neck and everything, or if not, I can't fucking sleep. Like there's some like part of my brain's like, no, someone's
Wait
gonna
a
come and
minute.
fucking
I
sleep.
sleep with the leg outside of the bed.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Type that sleeps with the leg hanging off the bed.
I sleep with a hang.
You're
You-
savage, bro. You're savage.
You
Fuck that
are
shit.
so lucky you don't live in Japan.
Why?
Because in Japan there is this type of ghost that will tickle your feet if it's hanging off the leg.
That's a dick ghost.
Just saying,
That's a
bro.
ghost
Just
is
saying.
an
But it's like for
It tickles
me,
your feet at night.
Julie-
Julia's
used to live
against
in-
the wall, and then she
No.
rolls over and sleeps on top of me.
So like, we used to live in Tingsboro. You guys been to the apartment in Tingsboro?
Yeah.
You saw our bedroom. So our bed is in the middle of the room. So there's space here, space there. I sleep best when I'm against the wall.
Yup.
And in Tingsboro, I always woke up at least once or twice a night.
No
For
shit.
2 years that we've lived there, I've never fully slept a full night. And then
that.
that's because there's no wall next to me.
Oh,
So
Okay.
I need a wall next to me to feel secure. So I don't
Yeah.
feel secure when there's space.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I feel
okay.
you when you say you have to cover your head. That's how you sleep best.
Like not even my head, just
Julia covers her
just my
head.
neck. It's from the neck
Oh,
down
I
has to be
would die.
completely covered. Besides that, all
Covers
well
her
and
head.
good. But like, if I can't sleep with a leg out, my arm out,
Yeah, me
fucking
neither.
no. It's
Like,
like
I just
I feel like
feel-
someone's gonna come up and just fucking pull me, yank me, get me the
Yeah.
fuck out of there.
No, Julia
And,
closes
well, it
the
all came
closet
from one
door.
experience when I was a
I
kid.
have to close the closet door.
She closes the closet door.
Yeah, I would too.
And she locks the door in the
I
room.
lock.
I have to.
I can sleep with the door open.
I can't sleep with my door open.
Not from
It's-
paranormal, not from ghosts, but from
It-
people.
I die. When I
It,
sleep,
it freaks.
I
It
die.
freaks me the
What
fuck
if there's
out,
a
man.
robber?
I have
we
no
need to
door.
lock our doors.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
hear
right.
him.
Well, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
You won't hear them. You sleep like a baby. Like you knock out.
Dude, like when
I
I
sleep with my arm outside of the bed. I
If it
sleep.
gets too hot, yeah, I do
Yeah,
that too.
the blanket's like halfway down. Sometimes no blanket at all.
Yeah.
See, in the
See,
summer it's
oh,
like no blanket at all.
Oh, dude, I don't
Oh, yeah,
care
absolutely.
how hot I am. I need something physically on top of me. It's
Oh,
it's
really?
fu- you know,
Same,
well, I had
yeah.
one really bad experience when I was a kid. So I don't know if it was like a lucid dream or a night terror or what it was, but I literally wake up and you guys know Michael Keaton's Beetlejuice, right?
Yep.
It was literally Beetlejuice, and he was fucking terrible. Like I was literally running around like the whole upstairs part of my house because this motherfucker was chasing me, and so my parents physically had to wake me up from this like badass nightmare. And ever since then, like
Beetlejuice is scary.
I literally got pulled off the bed, like was on the floor, and ever since then, like that's why I need to like bundle up, crunch up, and just be as small as I can.
Okay, so before the podcast ends, what is the biggest fear you have paranormal wise? What is the biggest fear?
Something attaching itself to me. Something that has ill intent.
So like
You know,
Yeah, it's
something
like,
that you
it's-
can't have in the room. What is it?
Like I can't. There's nothing I can't have in the room. There's nothing like like. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
something that makes you want to do bad thing that is not of yourself.
Oh, is that your fear?
I
Yeah.
just like. Well, especially like
What is it for you?
It's like
for me
So
is.
you're afraid of like. In Portuguese, we call it the pombagira,
the thing
which is like
Baba Yaga.
a demon attaching to your body.
Exactly, like that's the one. Like
That's-
in all the horror movies, like that's the one thing that
So The
freaks me the
Exorcist
fuck out.
freaks you out.
The Exorcist does, but The Conjuring does.
No.
Like that movie, literally, like get like when the transformation part of it.
I haven't seen that movie.
That's what fucking scares the ever loving shit out of me.
Spoiler
Is
territory.
spoilers.
Whatever.
We need to watch that movie
So-
before we go.
Yes. You what scares you, the paranormal?
Just what I mentioned earlier is like it's like if there is a. The thing is, I don't believe in demonic or angelic entity, but I believe there are entities, perhaps, maybe, if there are, but just like people, there are good people and there are bad people. I believe if there are these entities, there are good and there are malicious.
And that's what scares you?
I don't want the malicious entity because, like, from what I read, especially with early today, there was a dude that says, you know, I've been haunted by a demonic entity for the past 15 years of my life. Ask me questions and I will try to help you too.
On Reddit?
On Reddit, yeah, and like I'm reading through it, like I'm wondering, my mind is curious, but
Yeah,
it's
like,
kind of like, you know me, like I'm just like you, I don't believe it, you know. But at the same time, it's like I'm not going to dismiss this guy's experience because I don't know the fuck he's going through.
What if?
But the thing is, like as you're reading it, his thing is kind of like there are people who's kind of like, yeah, I've been depressed, I've been doing this, and the guy's like, oh no, that sounds like it's just depression, it's not a demonic activity.
Yeah, you're okay.
There are
That's
other-
what you're scared of?
There are other people who's kind of like, I have this and this, and it's like, oh shit, that's demonic activity. The thing is, I don't know if there is, but I want to say, like, if there is a dark entity, I don't want that shit to cling to me, so where I'm doing bad shit.
Exactly.
Because, you know, like, honestly, like, because you guys are my friends, and hello internet, but there are sometimes I do think of bad things.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you get those weird fucked up thoughts in your head.
Yeah,
and
no,
it's
I
like-
it's like
crazy thoughts.
and when I snap out of it, it's like, why the fuck am I thinking this shit?
Dude, all right. So, side note,
Okay,
real
that's
quick,
all. That's
before
all I
we
gotta
end.
say. That's all I gotta say.
Like when you, all right, we'll say that for another time. Never mind.
We'll save it
is.
for
My fear.
later.
What's your fear?
Dolls.
Dolls?
I have a fucking doll in the room.
Come to my basement.
Irrational fear of dolls.
Come to my basement. You will shit yourself. My grandmother has like 100 porcelain dolls in our
Hate
fucking
those
basement.
fucking things. I will shoot it in the face.
See, there's nothing.
Just like Sasquatch that night. I will
Sasquatch.
shoot it in the
Thiago,
face.
you're asking us like paranormal stuff. That's not paranormal.
Well,
How's
it's
that
just
paranormal?
dolls freak me out, dude.
No, that's paranormal.
I
like,
cannot. Chucky
Annabelle?
cannot watch it.
The
Yeah,
doll?
Cannot watch those fucking. Annabelle's not scary, but Chucky is
But she's a
scary.
doll.
No, but that's
Still,
a
but
movie.
it's just like
And Annabelle's real, bro.
that shit.
no. So-
freaks me the fuck
so
out.
what
And
you-
aliens. I am.
Okay, so that's
terrified.
Aliens,
paranormal.
yeah.
Aliens are paranormal.
I'm terrified of aliens.
So how do you feel that you now know they're real?
Even worse, because I've had sleep paralysis since I was a little kid, and there's always a tall, lengthy black alien in the corner of the room.
Wait, why is he
and
black?
He breathes in my face because it's dark. He breathes in my face, and he gets really close, and he abducted me in my.
Been abducted.
He abducted me in my sleep paralysis state, and
How often do you
I saw
have-
lights in my sleep paralysis state, and it freaked me out. So ever since I was a little kid, I had thoughts of like I watched, paranormal alien shit, and I thought that I was being abducted. I never told anyone because I was embarrassed
Yeah.
for some reason.
Wait,
But I was
you were
terrified of-
abducted?
No, I
When-
thought I was
Oh, okay.
until I found out about sleep paralysis. Now I know what sleep paralysis is.
Yup.
Then I was like, all right, so I wasn't being abducted.
It was
I
just
it was
this.
just in my head.
There was a YouTube video I didn't watch, but there was a guy who was saying like he was abducted when he was like 6 years old, and there's a 30. He says he might have been abducted recently again for a 30-year anniversary.
Damn.
I didn't watch that shit because just like you, I'm. Yeah, man.
Freaks you out, right?
Yeah, that shit scares me.
How about you, babe?
See, aliens don't get me.
I'm not gonna watch aliens.
What's your fear?
I watched
Julia?
Fire in the Sky. That was it. No
Fear.
shit. I'm done. I don't watch the Fourth Kind. I don't watch.
Fourth
dude,
Kind,
the
no.
fourth
Fuck the
kind,
fourth kind.
so
the
good.
fourth kind gave me
So
nightmares
good.
I don't
for
watch-
weeks.
Okay, we gotta.
Dark Skies. I don't watch Dark Skies.
Julia, go
Oh,
ahead,
Dark
go
Skies is
ahead,
another
go
good one.
Okay, we
Alright,
gotta
Julia.
end this.
Julia, what's your paranormal?
I wouldn't say paranormal, but when I was a kid, I was told about the witch who can go headless at night. You know,
App, yeah.
App, yeah. So she used to be
Cambodian.
I don't know, Steve-
She
No.
hangs out
no,
at the
no.
Merrimack.
Huh?
She hangs out at the Merrimack.
And like Khmer Town,
Yeah.
yeah. So she used. I don't know if that's paranormal. She's a witch.
It's a
Yeah,
paranormal.
Paranormal.
It's paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, she used to freak me the fuck out, and she still will. But I've never seen, never experienced. So basically, as a witch, she takes her head off at night to eat. Like she's a cannibal. She's
Ooh,
humans.
okay. That's
She's
kind of
digging in
fucked
the
up.
trash.
Freaks you,
Rodents.
She goes
Whatever.
digging the garbage can.
Her guts like hanging out with her head. You know,
Oh.
her head, her guts, her spine.
All right, quote of the night, paranormal quote, go for it.
Don't fuck with mean ghosts.
Don't fuck with me, ghosts.
Don't fuck with mean ghosts.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Oh wait, what?
Pa-
Oh, that was your quote.
yeah.
Oh, you go first.
Seeing is believing.
The truth is out there.
Hello, ghost friends. I'm nice. Don't mess with me.
And that's a wrap.
Other up.
So my dad says, because his wife
Holy shit, it's Case.
claims to be a medium.